It's time for the British to pay for what they've done here in America, guys. We're going to be stopping them with a naval blockade to try and teach them a lesson. We're not trying to save as long as they'll surrender peacefully. But if they don't, then of course a real nightmare is in store for them. So we're sending in the Vengeance, we're sending in the USS Virginia, the Andrea Doria. I might even send in the Anthony. The only problem is the Anthony doesn't have any cannons, he just has a crew. So hopefully he can be used to capture other ships. Let's jump right in and see if we can't win a victory here for America. These men are loyal to Britain, but they are still American. It is difficult to board a countryman's vessel. We've been chasing these loyalist ships for 2 hours and now we have them in cannon range. We must do our duty. Let us capture these merchant vessels and prove to the loyalists they cannot outrun us. Alright guys, you heard the man. We need to try and capture these ships, of course, as quickly as possible. Get on board, turn them over to the colonial navy, and of course, win a victory here, pretty much. And I think it's pretty much letting us know that the only way to win a victory is to capture them. So that's the duty here. We need to stop them from retreating, no matter what it takes. But I'm going to try to take men alive. That being said, they have quite a lot of crew on board, so we're going to have to thin out those numbers. And I think we can do that with standard shot. We can also go to the grape shot and try to do that. And as a matter of fact, the Vengeance here does have enough crew to board that ship and capture her. For the Anthony, not really hoping for much here. We didn't have enough cash to purchase any cannons for the poor bugger. So for now, you know what? I'm actually going to cut down the sails. I think that's going to be even more important. Make sure that he can't retreat under any circumstances. And this really allows us to toy with the enemy ship. So I'm going to do that with the Andrea Doria. We're going to be firing at the front of the ship. Not sure how effective that's going to be. It looks like there's a new, match speed button. So each ship will match the speed of the Andrea Doria. I think we're okay. We can keep things as they are. And either the Vengeance or the USS Virginia can take the fame there. As for the Diamantina, there doesn't seem to be a lot of people on board there. So I'm just going to speed towards her with the Anthony and hopefully catch her off guard. Here we go. Probably the first volley coming up here. Maybe we should actually go for round shot. I changed at the last second. I just had to. Here we go, boys. For America. And for liberty. No? There we go. I thought maybe they weren't so crazy about liberty for a second. What we really want to do is, of course, sidle up to the enemy. I don't really like to use that word. Okay, I'm going to actually slow down. Well, you know what? No, I'm going to keep things as they are. Try to get the Vengeance to fire. He's actually firing upon the Vengeance and doing quite a bit of damage. So I'm going to try to get on board the Fame here. We've got to get quite a bit closer and actually maybe even slow down, although we're not going that fast. Come on, boys. Got some men on board, hopefully firing at her. Come on, come on, come on. Almost thinking we should speed up just to catch up to her. Just to try to kind of smash into her, if that's even possible. Because right now, she's going right past us. Come on, boys. Do it for Virginia. See, those sailors on board are faltering. Come on now. What we've got to do is really get up to her, like right up on the edge. At this point, I'm going to slow down speed. Right now, at least, my men will be firing over. Look at all the men on board firing at them. We've got, like, a little line battle going on here. And as for the Doria, yeah, I think it's fine, her being on the cannons. Just start firing at the Diamantina. Of course, we want to capture her, but we don't really need to kill any of the men on board as long as the Vengeance can get there or the Anthony can get there on time. How are you boys doing? Looks like it's going pretty well, but we are not boarding. Not necessarily good because we've got the rigging shook now. Got to try to get out of this position. Really sidle up to her. Another thing we could do is bring the Anthony in to deal with the crew there because it looks like the men on the Virginia are panicking with what's going on here. Must say, one of my first naval battles. So I'm not exactly 100% comfortable. I'm actually going to send the Anthony here to go to the Fame. Again, we don't have as many men, but I'm hoping we can make a difference. They've got their side cannons trained right on us, so I really need our men opening fire consistently. They're on board there. There we go. Kill some of that crew. Let's see where the Andrea Doria is. We're going to have to bring the Vengeance over this way. Looks like a little bit of crew shock on the Fame. We just need the USS Virginia to keep its cool a little while longer. We're getting a lot of kills on their deck. Just basically on top of them, firing downwards. Got the uphill advantage, for lack of a better word here. And come on, Vengeance, you can catch up to that ship for sure. We'll have the Andrea Doria also follow, why not? And the Anthony is coming in. It looks like the Fame is trying to get away. Look at that. Yes, he is. At some point here, we could board her, but we've got to get even more to the side of that ship. That's one thing that I find difficult here, as far as boarding goes. Finish her off, Anthony. Finish her off. I have to say, even at this at-sea battle where not a lot of cannon fire is going on, you can tell the men are terrified on both ships. It's still a hell of a fight for the men on these ships. Come on, Vengeance. Should be able to board pretty soon. I'm going to go ahead and lower speed. No, no, that's not what I want. Nope. Yeah. I need to raise speed a bit just to kind of get by her, although I think she'll end up just surrendering from the gunfire from both of our ships. We've trapped her here. But look at this. I didn't even realize there's another ship on the way, guys. That's not going to be the only one. But right now we really need the Vengeance to chase down the Diamantina. The Andrea Doria could capture her, though. It's just I'm not sure if she could catch up. So we have to keep on going. The wind is with us. So let's sail with the wind. Come on, get the Fame. We're going to have to get the USS Virginia back into fighting conditions. That's what the goal is here. Another one of Her Majesty's ships approaches, and that's the Evadne. Evadne? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Nonetheless, we're going right up against the Diamantina here. I'd like to just capture her quickly. That would be the best case scenario. I think we got to send the Andrea Doria back to at least put up a fight. Even if we lose her, at least she goes down in the name of liberty. That's all that matters. Once again, I'm not understanding. Maybe they've changed something with the update here. But I'm not able to get on board with the Anthony. Oh, there we go. We really do have to select her. Let's board her. Come on. You can do it, boys. There we go. And I think they're going to surrender before that even happens. We are completely on board here. You can hear the swashbuckling going on. And I think he's going to surrender. If that captain knows what's best for him, he'll surrender immediately. All right, here we go. Look at this. Vengeance getting up close to the Diamantina as well. We want to do the same thing. Go ahead and lock on. And we are going to board this ship. Or try to board this ship anyway. I'll lower the speed of our ship a bit. Not too much. Just enough to get on board there. And again, the crew is shocked, so they might just go ahead and surrender here, which would really make our job easier. We're going to try to cut off this ship with the Andrea Doria, and of course do some damage. Now we can actually bring that enemy ship back to port, but I am going to sink her. Let her go down to Davy Jones' locker. This will teach him to mess with us. And we can also watch the sinking, which is the real reason I sank the ship. I want to see this thing go down. And look at our glorious men on board. Of course, we've got some dead sailors there. Look at that. But they are so brave after that fight. We've shown the British that we can face them at sea, and surely that's a terrifying prospect for them. All right, let's get over here with Anthony. 140 men on board. See, Anthony's not going to be able to do much with his lack of cannons. The Andrea Doria potentially could. The Diamantina has still not surrendered. I don't really even want to go on board because then we're going to have to detach, etc. So I think pretty soon here we can get her to surrender. And can we even see that sinking ship? Yes, we can. Look at that. So we're kind of trying to get past that structure, but I love that they have added in additional sinking mechanics. Just beautiful. I hope it doesn't drag our ship down with it. That is a possibility in these kind of battles. And oh my gosh, no way, guys. Additional British units arriving. This is crazy. This is just crazy. I don't know if we can face all of them without some reinforcements. But we're going to do our best. We will do our absolute best. We might need to board her just to kind of, I guess, force her to stop. Because the crew here is... There's still 6 crew, and they are not giving up. It's quite amazing. Alright, guys. Here we go. Onwards and upwards. Even closer there. And at that point, still at 5. Absolutely amazing. Slow down a slight bit there. Should be able to grapple on. There we go. They've started boarding. Beautiful. And let's take a look over here. We're going to sink the Diamantina. Actually, we'll transmit minimal crew. As much of the crew as we can. And we're going to just go ahead and leave her there. So we could, of course, use her eventually. And the Anthony is not going to be very useful here. At the very least, he'll draw fire away. That kind of helps us. Well, really helps us. We'll try to get the Virginia ahead of the Anthony here, and hopefully we can board her, or the Evadne, I should say, and take her with the Virginia crew. They need another victory after that. We'll also bring the Vengeance around. We're bringing everybody to try to stop these ships, but I didn't want to sink the beautiful Diamantina. I mean, she's just absolutely beautiful. She'll be a ghost ship, or we'll just add her to our spoils of battle after this, assuming we can actually survive this battle, of course. Right now we're just kind of harassing them, firing away. It's not a bad idea to get close and at least get some musket fire. Of course, that means they're going to have a chance to shoot back at us. But c'est la vie. Come on, boys. Virginia, forward. I really can't believe that we have to deal with all of those retreating ships. It just seems like such a crazy task to me. Gonna fast forward just a little bit here. Come on, the Virginia does not have the wind on our side. We might have to cut him off here with the Vengeance. Let's do it. And again, the wind is against us. It's going against us here, so I don't know if this guy will potentially get past us. Maybe the Anthony can at least stop him. Like, in other words, if we start boarding, does that mean that they stop moving? I think it could. So I'm going to try to board here. Fortunately, our crew is pretty shocked after that attack. And again, with the wind against us, I'm not sure the Vengeance can get over there. Artillery is shocked. The Evadne might be getting away, guys. We need to work with what we can do here, and unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to stop the Evadne here. Those 77, so they're actually getting off their ship to take the Anthony. Wait a minute. Oh my goodness, wait a minute. What is this? I didn't even realize this, guys. This is amazing. We actually have an aiming mode, I guess now, or we can actually get like a close-up view of the battle there. That is really cool. Unfortunately, we've got the Evadne and Anthony under enemy control, so we've got to do what damage we can with our remaining ships and try and capture quite a few more British ships here. I guess it's just kill as many as we can is the idea here, but I don't know how we're going to get the Vengeance to go in the right direction. Here we go. Approaching the Dauntless. Wonder if it's the sails that are damaged. They're a little hit, but I don't see any actual holes, nothing too serious. Hopefully once we turn west here, we'll really start doing some actual damage. And look at that, Her Majesty's Service Fury. That's such a packed ship. So this definitely is almost a suicide mission. There's no way we can possibly get out of here and survive. It's just not going to happen. Dauntless targeted here, but I don't know if Virginia can get in the way. And again, Vengeance is still struggling to get up there. The wind is really working against us, so we're going to have to try to just go north, essentially. It's still not going to be great, but it's better than what we've got going now. And we're going to sneak past these ships and go straight for the merchant vessels. As for Virginia, let's hope she can get some decent shots here. So we should be turning this way. Enemies already turning their broadsides at us. Or we could keep fighting the Dauntless. That might not be a bad idea here. Because we need every man on deck to take the Dauntless down. But then again, we could get an easy capture of the encounter and sinker, which I think would really damage the enemy. So that's what we're going to go for. Again, Virginia is also floundering a bit. I think there's a lot of water actually in the bottom decks. That's that blue thing. That's probably the reason why we're not going as fast as we should be. So, you know what? We're actually going to try to turn around, complete change of plans, get the wind on our side, and go for Evadne here. And we're also still going for encounter. Come on, boys. Come on. Get ready for boarding. Sink that damn merchant ship. Looks like Virginia's still firing at that other ship, which is pretty awesome. But what we really want to do is get on board one of these guys, take them down once and for all. Not even sure my men have any more ammunition in terms of, you know, small arms ammunition for their muskets after all the gunfighting on the last vessel. Alright, guys, come on. Come on. Let's get this. Come on, we gotta do this fast. Boom. Let's go for it. We're gonna do the same over here. Try and get on board. We've got to get more to the side of him. Trying to turn. I'm trying to turn. We're also getting some decent musket fire here. But remember, they have switched their crew. Half of their crew is on this ship. And they can also provide fire. But we're doing quite a lot of damage to the Anthony, which is, of course, our own ship. So maybe we want to end up taking her back to the fleet here. All right, here we go. Oh, we were so close to being able to board there, guys. There's just so much going on here. Even though it happens slowly with these naval battles, it's not instant at all. Looks like we're already boarding that ship. Beautiful. But we've got to board these guys right here. And there we go. I think we can get on. Although he is really trying to get away. We've got the Vengeance on the way. This is what the Vengeance is for. Although I think the Vengeance is really going to have to be used for taking on the Dauntless. Of an absolute behemoth of a ship there. Definitely not something we can deal with easily. We might just have to get the Vengeance ahead of the Evadne here and try to take him out. Because we just can't get up close to this guy with the Virginia's flooding. She's just not fast enough to catch up. By the way, guys, if you prefer that I split these videos into short segments, let me know in the comments down below. Right now, you know, I'm still doing just a standard vid. So if you would like, you know, me to split this into like 3 or 4 parts, let me know, because this ends up being a lot of work on my part to do this entire video, of course. Do the entire battle. I didn't realize it was going to be this long. It's pretty amazing. I think the best thing we can hope for here as well with the Virginia is at least get some good shots on the Evadne. Try to get that crew to abandon ship or surrender. Come on. So we can get some really good hits there, as you can see. And how are our boys doing over here? So the Andrea Doria is still not boarded. I think at the speed, it is tough to get on board there. But I can actually hear the fighting going on. So they might be boarding now or about to board. At least we're killing a lot of the men on board. Wow, I just said board like 6 times there. I should be shot by the Continental Army. Just disgraceful. Disgraceful. Alright, we're still trying to catch up here. It looks like these ships are kind of crashing into each other a bit. Getting a bit close, a bit panicky. Great job there. Actually firing right through the side. And we finally boarded. No, not yet. Again, maybe the wind will be with us again. I doubt it. We've really got to use the Vengeance here. And I wouldn't mind actually firing off at the Anthony before we get ahead of this ship. Because we could potentially sink her with one shot. It's not a very strong vessel. In fact, we stole this from the British in a previous battle. As you can see, though, at that angle, we're not getting the most effective shots. But I don't care. I want to get to the battle. I want to get to the Evadne. I want to get to the Dauntless. That's my goal. Winning a victory out here would be amazing. I don't think it's possible, but it would be absolutely amazing for the Continental Army. We do have quite a capable commander. No, not me, but Zachariah Davis here on board. He's a known and renowned naval commander. Let me actually switch here to Grape Shot. We're going to have to wait a bit for the Grape Shot to take effect, but we really want to do Grape Shot, and I want to potentially get on board this vessel. Even if we don't win, maybe we can bring in the Vengeance to finish her off. We certainly can't beat the Fury. We're going for it. Come on, boys. For America! They outnumber us, but we've got a stronger, more capable commander, number one. And number two, we've got the Vengeance coming in here. He could also assist in the boarding. Our Andrea Doria guys do not want to board this thing. They're having quite a bit of trouble. Wow, look at that. The Virginia guys as well, unable to secure that board. I think the Vengeance guys are going to be a little more capable either way. If we can take down at least one of these large British ships, we've done a tremendous amount of damage to the Royal Navy. Maybe have them rethink this entire conflict. Come on. Come on, nice. Snag him. We've got him snagged with a Virginia. Got him nice and snagged. Question is, can we keep this going? Here we go, guys. Not quite close enough to secure the tethers. There we go. That's a start. That's a start. Get those on board. Now, if we could do the same over here, my goodness, we could actually capture this ship. Right, here we go, guys. It actually looks like the Dauntless's crew is a bit panicky here. They're getting hit by some fire from their own men. But what the Fury's really trying to do is kill our boys on the Virginia. Man, amazing. Can we actually win this one? We've got quite a few redcoats on board. The crew is shocked. But so far, we have not completely boarded this vessel. That's what we're trying to do here. We're just going to turn the encounter into a ghost ship. And there we go. The Vengeance starts boarding. This would be a great win if we could get it. Still a lot of men on board the Dauntless there. But they are really scared, of course. And you know what? Oh my goodness. We could actually grab onto the Favorite here if we play our cards right. Take another one of their merchant ships down. But unfortunately, it looks like our boys on Vengeance may or may not survive this fight. I don't think so. Really just like man-to-man fighting on board there. Come on, grapple them, grapple them. We're actually doing well against the Dauntless guys. This is such a nail-biting fight out here on sea. I want to call this, I don't know what to call this because it's not your standard naval battle of just people, you know, with guns, etc. Let me pause here. With people just, you know, not with guns, with cannons, etc. There's so much musket combat in this fight. There's so much boarding combat in this fight. It's amazing. So I really think this is quite cool. What I'd like to do, though, is get the Andrea Doria back near the encounter and try to board her again. Now without a crew, she shouldn't be going very fast. Then again, as long as she has those sails up, it doesn't really matter, does it? I'm going to keep on going in front of the Favorite here. And with the Dauntless, well, she's ours now. We want to transfer all the crew over. Oh, we could actually transfer crew to the Dauntless. Oh my goodness. Take over the Dauntless. I never considered this, but she doesn't have any cannons. So I'm wondering if that's even a good idea here. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, no, we still have cannons on the Dauntless. What am I saying? So in this case, we will... I wonder if we need to go over to the Vengeance just to destroy it. I don't think so. So I'm cutting the tether to the Vengeance. The problem there is they could take the ship back. That's kind of the frustrating thing. By keeping it alive, they could take it back. But I guess we just have to take that risk. Come on, Andrew Doria. I keep calling the Andrea Doria. Come on, Dauntless. Let's go. Pretty sure we cut the tethers. I think the wind is just not on our side. We don't have our sails out either. Ah, I see. So maybe the boarding needs to... Hold on. We can actually fire the left decks. Yeah, I think we're just somehow stuck here. Maybe it was just the speed. Come on. Oh, going to the Fury would be crazy right now. No way. Gotta go for the favorite still. Come on, Andrea Doria. Andrew Doria, rather. Alright, come on. We're gonna try to hook. I think we've got it. I'm also lowering sails. There we go, guys. I think we've got her. Finally. Actually, we could also try to board the Anthony. Right now, the USS Virginia is just acting as a sort of gunboat, and that might not be such a bad idea. Just kind of hang out here and try to damage both ships. Eventually maybe sink them or get the crew to panic. But what I really want to do is actually try to grapple with the Anthony. I wonder if we're close enough. I don't think so. We need to get just closer, a little bit closer. And with the wind against us, we'll be going at the perfect speed, actually. We might actually be able to destroy this thing before that even happens. Alright, there we go, boys. Cut the line. And she's gonna sink. She's actually taking on water. The other ship. So we'll bring him back to the fight. I can't believe we've lasted this long, to be honest with you. I think even that alone is pretty amazing. And we're still gonna try to grapple on here with the Anthony, take her back, and cause a little more panic, hopefully, for the British. No, we should switch to round shot. Slow down a bit. Come on, guys. Throw those lines. Really do have to be, like, right up alongside him for this to work. Still trying to throw the lines, but at least we're getting the crew shook here. And on the way with the Andrew Doria, which seems to be, like, the fastest ship in the fleet at the moment. Even with the wind going against him, he's doing pretty well in terms of speed. Here we go. I see a line. I see some lines. We're still firing at this ship. She might end up sinking before we even board her. Look at that volley there. Just shocked them with artillery. With the Dauntless. The Evadne is trying to get away. I want to try and keep firing at him. Again, sometimes you get a lucky shot and you end up sinking a ship. I don't think we're going to be catching the favorite, though, and I'm pretty sure that's the important one to get. So I'm going to make sure the Andrew Doria is going for the favorite, not the Fury. Come on, Dauntless. I hope our ships can't run out of ammunition. That would be pretty disappointing. Do we have any crew on board still alive? Look at that. We even have British dead on board from when they tried to get on board here. Just dead from both sides after all this hectic fighting. With only 34 men, though, I can understand why they're taking quite a while to do anything. Alright, let's bring the boys over from the Anthony. We don't need her. Keel hauler. We're going to just go ahead and destroy the Anthony. Deny the enemy the use of that ship. I think that's a good approach. it go? Actually getting some pretty good shots on the Evadne. If we could focus both guys on it, we would do pretty well. But I think it's just a task for the Dauntless. I'm leaving it completely up to them. This is like the sort of naval battle you would expect going on right here. This is pretty normal. Alright guys, what I'm going to do here, or else this battle's going to take forever to record, is I'm going to speed this up and come back when something occurs. If we catch up to the favorite, or something occurs over here with the Dauntless and the Evadne. But actually, you know what? I don't think the Virginia can even catch up to those guys. So I'm actually going to have the Virginia go here and focus on the Evadne as well. Maybe try to shoot her down. And we shall return fairly soon. Alright guys, trying to catch up to the favorite here. And Fury is right behind us. They give us a really nice wallop. Actually got our men down from 63 to 50 with just one volley from that monstrous ship and all her many cannons there. You can see cannons above deck and below deck. They're really packing heat. So we are going to try to catch up to the favorite. I'll try to actually slow her down with some chain shot. I don't usually use this, but I think for this particular mission, it's probably exactly what we need. And even if we don't, you know, succeed in this mission, even if we don't completely, you know, accomplish the mission goal, I think we can all agree that we absolutely have accomplished the goal of disrupting trade here big time for the British. Because even if they're able to retake these ships, all of the damage done to them, all of the crew killed, it's going to take forever to reassign those. And certainly the supplies are not going to be arriving when expected. But of course we can make that happen even more if we board these merchant vessels and finish them off for good. So what we need to do is, of course, try and head them off at the pass. I know it's the oldest Western cliche ever, but that's what we have to do here, is head them off at the pass and then get on board. So I'm actually sort of turning south a bit, or southeast, just to get the wind in my sails. And then I'm going to turn towards the favorite there. Although I suspect he might surrender beforehand. Although these ships have not really surrendered, and I think it's because he's got the Fury in tow with 191 Marines. So he's not too worried. He thinks if we get on board, the Fury will probably come save him, but not if we do it quickly. Not if we do it quickly. As for this battle, just pretty standard naval battle once again between the Dauntless and the Evadne. We're still firing at the Evadne. We're trying to catch up with the Virginia, but the wind is completely against us. So we'll see what happens over there. Come on, come on. We've got the crew shook. This is the perfect time to get on board. Come on, boys. Get on that ship. All those supplies are never going to make it to the British troops. Won't allow it. At this point, we're just kind of firing point blank. And it's actually doing some damage to the ship itself. Even though we're firing a chain shot, we're still managing to do some damage to the ship. There we go. We're grappling on. The favorite should be ours. Boarding. We've done an amazing job. Our colonial pirates have managed to take another one, I think. There we go. Cut the line. And now all we can do is try to fight the Fury. Of course, I don't think we can beat her, but did we accomplish the goal? That's the question of stopping the merchant ships from retreating. We'll have to wait and see here. Have faith, boys. We've made it this far. Also suffering. And Virginia, despite taking on all that water, it seems like we've stopped most of the flooding. She's still going real slow, but I just want to get her guns turned towards Evadne, and the reason being 63 guns on board. Can that be right? I think it can. And that means we want to try and get a shot with her. So I'm trying to go over there and get behind him. Lieutenant Hiram Crane is wounded. No, he's led us to such glorious victories here with the Andrea Doria. But I guess it happens to the best of us. So we'll keep on fighting. I don't know how long we can go on for, but we'll fight until we can't fight any longer. I think that's really the goal here. Well, the goal would be to win, but since we can't do that, we're just going to keep on damaging the British Navy here. The Royal Navy, I should say. Can at least cripple his ship, maybe make it easier for the rest of our boys to come down here and finish him off. But he's doing quite a lot of damage there to the crew, just imagine. Yeah, we'll go for chain shot. We're not going to be able to destroy him, we know that, so let's at least try to cripple him. Actually, even going to slow down speed. And look at that. The Virginia is right near the Evadne. He's like pretty much falling into our trap. If we could catch up to him, which I don't think we can, but if we could, then we could board this guy and easily take over that ship. He's lost quite a lot of sailors since the beginning of this fight. In fact, just turning towards him would be able to, I think, just blow him out of the water pretty much. So let's do that. Also we want to bring the Dauntless down farther south because he's going to get a speed bonus. We don't want to run into that ship. Alright, we've done what we can. We've done what we can, folks. We'll try to board her, just cause some confusion. Might as well go out with a bang. Glory to the Andrew Doria. We fought bravely. Now, the crazy thing about these battles and during this time period is what would likely happen. Yes, there's a chance we'd be taken out in chains, but what would likely happen is the captain of the opposing ship would offer our men to board his ship and become a crew on the Fury and fight for the British. That was quite common, and I would not be surprised if that's what's going to happen here. But at least the few men here have proven themselves, and no matter where they go in life, they're going to be known as some very, very determined sailors. I think it's pretty awesome. The artillery is dealing dramatic damage to us there. Just lost a mast as well. Look at that as well against the Evadne, doing pretty well. I'm even thinking we could get on board with the Dauntless. I know that we don't outnumber them, but I'm confident that our men have a little more morale since we have more than one ship in this area. Got that grape shot ready to go. Let's slow down. Come on, come on. And it looks like the men on the Virginia are also providing some supporting fire, which is just amazing. Here we go. Go for it, boys. The Andrew Doria has sunk. She fought so well, that tiny little ship. Got us some decent victories, but there she goes below the waves, guys. Down to peaceful Davy Jones' locker. Well, I'm not sure if it's peaceful, but I'm guessing. All right, here we go. Dauntless is boarding. We need them to win this fight against Evadne. Looks like they might not make it. The crew of the Dauntless might also be going down here. If that's the case, we're going to have to somehow get the Virginia to turn around, because she's quite badly damaged. They did what they could. At the very least, getting the enemy crew down there at 28, 29 is going to help. And I don't think they have enough crew to transfer over to take control of the Dauntless. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. That's what I'm a little worried about right now. We'll see what happens. They did transfer over crew. Wow. That is sneaky. Really sneaky. Now we're definitely going to try to board. Now, I think we can actually board one and get on both ships. Just keep on going over. And that's what we're going to do. See if our sailors can't win this fight. I'm getting that grape shot on. It's essentially canister shot for ships. Let's let them feel it. There we go. Didn't actually do much, unfortunately. Not what we expected. But here we go. Bringing her in. And I think we can go from this one to this one, if I'm not mistaken. It's an interesting system there if it works out the way I think it is going to. And it looks like Fury is coming back to finish off the job, of course, to try and stop the Virginia. I think they'll succeed as well. If I can, I'll take the Dauntless and keep it and use it to fight that particular ship. We'll see what happens. Why did you stop? Right now it's just really ship-to-ship combat. Alright, I think I'm pressing this button. I'm thinking this button means go to this ship, but maybe we just have to press that one, grapple, and leave it at that. And it looks like they've already cut the ropes over here to the Evadne. He's trying to escape. He's trying to evade. That's why that name is what it is. So we want to get on the Dauntless, take her over, move everybody over from the Virginia, and then grab onto the Evadne. Finish her off. Nope, still not managing to grapple. Come on now, boys. Think they're ready? Or are they just setting up for another volley? Possibly just setting up here for another volley. Speed that up a bit, guys. So again, there we go. At least the canister shot really doing its job. We're just not able to board, so I'm going to try to board the Evadne over here. At the very least, we're carrying out canister shot consistently while this is going on. And this might be what we have to do, is get around here, get on her first. Yeah, I know, that didn't sound right. Okay, come on, come on, come on. 1, 2. I think we got it. Here we go, guys. Right up close and personal. And we have taken over that ship. Let's pause here for a second. Do we want to keep it? Yeah, we have to, don't we? We've got to keep that ship. So I'm taking everybody from the Virginia, putting her on the Evadne, because at least the Evadne has some cannons. And now we're cutting the line. That's going to be how we're going to have to play it. I think the only way to play it here, and get out of here with this guy. Hopefully take out the Dauntless, but also we've still got to go for this bad sucker over here, and I don't think that's going to go very well. Come on, come on, come on. Some flooding on board the other ship. It's good we got off the Virginia, because she's not doing well. We knew she was flooding before, but we didn't know how quickly, and maybe after that fight, she's finally had it. As for the Dauntless, just do standard round shot here. Come on, come on. Oh, yeah. Fury is going to be on the way. But again, we've stopped the merchant fleet. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know if this counts as a win. We'll soon see. Probably not. We're going to be going down with glory for sure very soon here. And this is, of course, we're actually going like on ultra fast speed, but this is just how long it takes to get unattacked. Oh, we still are tethered? Oh my gosh, this is what I was worried about. We're gonna have to untether this ship. I was certain we had cut the tethers, but I guess not. Now we finally can get out of here. I was like, it's taking so long to get off the ship. It does take some time, as you can see, because we're kind of grinding against it. But at this point, we should be okay. Our men should be ready to fire with full gun barrels. Full gun barrels. Full cannons. There we go. Come on. Boarding. We took another one, guys. We took another one. We're not letting them keep anything. And of course, you know what? The Dauntless is quite strong. I think I might go to the Dauntless. No, she's pretty... Well, no. Both of them are... No, they're both in not great shape. Let's go with the Dauntless. So here we go. Our men are, however, losing heart here a bit. They're definitely not ecstatic about their current situation. Kind of panicking a bit. And now they've got to deal with the Fury, guys. So this is going to be the last part of the battle, of course. See what we can do against the Fury there. I've got no special plans or anything. I'm just going to try to fire with the round shot and get a lucky shot. That's pretty much what we can hope for. Her Majesty will deal with you on the Dauntless. They really want to kill us. We have caused just utter devastation to trade out here. It's going to do just a standard broadside, and I think it's going to go about how I expect. Not great. We're not doing any damage here. We're going to have to try to board. I know it's not going to work out for us, but at least we go down fighting. I'm not sure why our men are not using the cannons. Is it possible, since the ship is foreign to us, that we can't use the cannons? I'm thinking that's what could be going on. Oh, there we go. Devastating shot from him. And we're trying to catch up, but it's not going to be easy. Turn in tandem here. And there we go, the Evadne is officially sunk. So, once again, causing some more damage to the Royal Navy. And I think we can grapple here. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Let's get on board there. We are boarding, but as you can see, our men fought to the very end. And it was a defeat, but looking at the actual lost crew and the kind of ship sunk, I still think we did pretty well there. We had to capture Encounter, capture Diamantina, capture Favorite. So we just didn't accomplish the mission goals, which we could have accomplished afterwards had we defeated that ship. We go back, put crew on those ships, and get out of there. Nonetheless, I had fun. I hope you guys did too. If you want to see some more battles in Ultimate Admiral Age of Sail, let me know in the comments down below, and we'll absolutely take a look again. Take care, folks.